Welcome to the Take It Home podcast so bad we really should just take it home. I am one of your hosts, Doc Simmons. I am joined today by our senior official. Why don't you introduce yourself, brother?
Perch XLV. You can find me on social medias, # for the ref brand, and Waffles Take It Home podcast.
Waffles, take it home. And now we talked a little bit before. I know you had a busy weekend. Any chance for some waffles?
Yeah, man, it was busy, and I was able to sneak in some waffles, and I knew it was going to be a tight window, but I got done with work early on Thursday, and as I went out to Zello Pro on Thursday night, the game didn't start till 7. I got down there around 6. I was able to stop at the IHOP and get some waffles and chicken tenders.
There,
Oh my God.
just what you need. Just what you need.
If that's not the best, with a nice, hot coffee at about 5 in the afternoon on a work night, starting it like it's a, Saturday morning. It was great. It was
Uh,
great.
I, on the other hand, have failed. I have been trying to make some waffles at home. I've been in the mood for some homemade waffles.
Ooh.
And I keep forgetting that we are out of flour and keep forgetting and just being like, oh, I'll go to the store tomorrow and get it. Never go to the store. Man, I want some waffles. Out of flour. God, I'll go to the store tomorrow.
vicious
Yeah.
waffle cycle.
Yes. Hoisted by my own petard, sadly. uh, let's go ahead. Let's get this going. Let's have some fun. What do you got for a banger of the week?
Oh, banger of the week this week. It hit. It was giving some people a ride home from the show over the weekend, and one of the tunes on the radio came on and someone blasted it. I was like, oh, that's a pretty damn good tune. One that you've heard, 100 times in life, but never really hits until that moment. But it was some Alice Cooper, Poison. Damn good song.
Oh yeah. That's a goodie. Can't go wrong with that. Alice Cooper. God, love. That's a good one. Talk about some wrestling history right there. Good old Jake the Snake.
Oh, absolutely. And even those early visions we have of, not quite knowing what wrestling was, but seeing Alice Cooper in there with the whether it was old footage or something, he just fit in so well.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Alice Cooper, super talented individual, and then solid actor too. In Wayne's World and that '70s show, like you made for the
Yup.
business.
Dude's great. Just a character, a showman all around.
Mm-hmm.
And was a pro golfer, I believe.
Really?
Did some
Wow.
did some golfing. Yep.
Oh God. Renaissance man. Alice
Quite the
Cooper.
character. And
Who'd
they're
have
still
known?
going. I think Alice
Yeah.
is coming to Milwaukee this summer or this
Oh,
fall, this year sometime.
awesome. Awesome. Yeah, Yeah, happy to have music festivals back. Might have to check that one out. Good to have concerts back. Good to keep everything going as long as everybody's staying safe.
Mm-hmm.
We join us in a minute, but we can go ahead. Why don't we go ahead and talk about what we've been watching this week? That tape study. I'll go ahead and go first. I have been watching a lot of Red Dragon, Kyle O'Reilly, and Bobby Fish tag matches the past week. I guess probably just because of in light of everything that happened with all these WWE releases, just got me thinking like, man, really, really like those guys. It's sad that we won't get to see them tag again in WWE for the time being. Never know what happens down the road, but some real bangers with them and the Bucks, of course. Them versus Jay Lethal and Shinsuke Nakamura. Very good. I think it was Nakamura's first time in ROH. Super, super clean match. Those guys are amazing, and I really hope Bobby Fish lands on his feet and Kyle O'Reilly succeeds with what he's doing in WWE. Hey, cutie, how you doing?
What up? What up? I'm pulling into my house
All right.
now. Did we just start recording?
We are talking about what we've been watching this week. I just started.
Oh, well, keep going.
You mean you want to introduce yourself?
Oh, all right. Yeah, I was gonna wait. But yeah, Zach Hendricks. Find me on all social medias at Z Hendricks Brand. And if Doc hasn't said it already, and if he has, you can hear it twice. Find us on Facebook and Instagram at Country Air Official and Twitter at Country Air Brand.
It will always be deferred to you because I can never remember which is which.
All right. Well, yeah, give us a follow. Our
Yeah.
Country Air Brand is trying to get some steam behind it, so be a part of the follow.
Yep. And we'll definitely be talking about the noise we made pretty soon. That's really all I've been watching. It's Bobby Fish and Kyle O'Reilly matches over and over again. It's there's a good one from Defy also, them versus Darby Allin and Matt Cross, that I like to go back and check. Real good camera work on that one too, from just a production standpoint. They really linked into that match. So I'd recommend checking that one out. Right now I am just getting to the AE dubs from this week. I don't know if we talked about AEW last week because I don't remember we record, but I did watch that. Jericho and Hoovy, so good, so good. Been keeping up on Impact too. That reminded me because Bay is with the Bullet Club, and I love that. It's awesome to see him and Jay White together, them tagging against the Elite. Love it. What about you, Perch? What you been watching?
And you mentioned Hoovy and Jericho. I was wondering how that was going to end.
Yeah, I like my problem, I guess, with that match is the Judas effect from the top rope looks really good. I feel like that should just be the regular finish.
Man, they keep outdoing it. It's so good. At one point in that match, they were fighting on the top turnbuckle, and he dropped into the walls of Jericho. And it was
Yeah.
like that was a legit top rope maneuver at the time because he was on the top.
Yep, the attack started on the top from the top rope.
They manipulated it so well to make you believe, by setting the rules and by, hitting it a few times during the match, and then leading you to believe, what is going to happen. I didn't see it coming that it was going to be a Judas effect off the top rope. When it happened, it made perfect sense. Yeah. And it was beautiful. And yeah, you're right. That was so good. It looked great. Oh, it was wonderful. I really enjoyed that. The other big one was Moxley, Kingston, and Darby taking on Red Death
and Red Death.
Great action. Love to see that. Those guys just brought the fight.
Yeah. That's the thing. I did not know 2.0 on the indies, but I absolutely love those guys since they were in NXT as Everrise. And to see them cut that promo, loved it. Like, those are two characters I absolutely love. Solid in ring, but God, once they start talking, I am all for it.
Yeah, and I wasn't as familiar with those two. This is kind of the first glimpse that I'm seeing, and I caught one of their promos ahead of their first match, ahead of the 6-man tag they had on social media. I was like, damn, hey, these guys are ready to bring it.
Yeah.
And I had worked with Daniel Garcia before, so having known what he can bring into a fight, I was really intrigued, especially to Moxley, Kingston and Darby, just ultimate fan favorites, brawlers, and top of the card guys. And good fight, good brawl. all the way to the hot tag towards the end. Moxley takes out Daniel Garcia on the outside.
Yeah.
Eddie Kingston's on the inside. They battle back and forth. Moxley comes in like a ball of fire, DDTing people, suplexing people, hits the dirty deeds and the coffin drop for the 1, 2, 3. I really enjoyed that. Pure chaos and a good hard hitting match. You can see matches like that on the independents. You can see it as a big time match on TV. As far as the history of pro wrestling goes, that kind of match has existed forever, and I love to see it. Main event was good too. Cody against Malachi Black. After seeing Malachi take off Arn Anderson's head, it's like, okay, that guy's coming in strong. and a good match all the way through to Cody cutting a scathing promo at the end.
Yep. But, and Malachi saying, we ain't having none of that.
Yeah, we ain't having that. Not on my way. You want out the easy way? Tough luck, you son of a bitch.
Yep.
We're not letting you out.
Nope.
You think quitting's an option? You think you can leave easily? No.
Nope.
No.
We're done when I say we're done.
Oh, how cool. Couple of good bumps in that match too. Love the kick to the head at the end. And the top rope. He met him. Was that a kick or was that a knee to the face?
Yeah.
And Cody taking that bump through the table. Really enjoyed that, and it changed the tide of the match because he, quickly got in and boom, gone. Mm-hmm. Liked it. So those are a few matches that the weekend and really enjoyed.
Good. All right, Mr. Hendricks, what have you been watching?
Watched a lot of old school Impact off of Pluto TV. Saw some stuff that actually Scott Hall did that was like, I loved it. Genius things. I'm not gonna say because it's stuff I'm going to steal and redo in a way as if I were a heel. Just really great work. I did start watching some Red Dragon or Redragon tag matches after you brought it up with Timmy Doc. I started watching some of their matches. Just really good technical. I loved I like how Bobby Fish and Kyle O'Reilly feed off each other.
Yep.
I watched AEW as well. I watched the Malachi Black match. I'm pretty sure everyone was excited for that one. But other than that, just some tape studies.
Yep. That's what it's all about. Got to be in that tape room. Got to be in that film room. All right. And I'm sure you did some tape study of the things we did this past weekend. So why don't we get into that? Let's start with Perch, because Perch probably had the fullest weekend.
That was a full one. Very fun. And like we said, it started off with some chicken and waffles Thursday evening, right before Zello Pro. And that was a good time. 4 matches at the baseball field right after the baseball game. Normally the team loses. We wait till about 9, probably about 10:15. The team normally loses. The game's over, and then we start to wrestle. Tons of fans show up, ready to be excited. However, the game ended with a walk-off home run. It was tied, and a big old solo shot to dead center. And that crowd was going through the roof. So, some chicken and waffles, walk-off home run, and then we got to start off with some wrestling, and the crowd was into it. 4 matches, all were great. There was a lot of wrestling that has happened since, so I can't remember off the top of my head every match in particular.
Yeah.
Notebook is still in the car. But yeah, I think it was about 4 matches, and a fun time all around. Love that crowd reacting and responding to just about everything, and in good emotion. And then Friday, we took things up to ACW in Green Bay, Wisconsin, Oshkosh, actually, for Schwagel's promotion. And it was the ACW Rumble. And that was a really good time. Worked a few matches on the early card and then the Rumble at the end. And that Rumble, you guys know it. It's a well thought out, well planned, hour plus Rumble. Those ACW Wisconsin Royal Rumbles are no joke. It's a movie all of its own. A lot of moving parts, a lot of good little stories, and a lot of great action. And there's going to be a good ending too. Ended with Colucci and Dread, and Dread threw out Colucci, and I lost $50.
Damn it. No wonder you didn't get any more tenders and waffles.
Came so close. If Doc was in it, I would have had money on you, but you weren't, so I had money on Colucci. But no, it was a great time. Fun all around. Got to see Roadhouse and Stacy Shadows. Wonderful people, and haven't seen them for a while. And then Saturday, we got things kicked off in Chicago again for AAW, as we did a live tapings and then a pay-per-view, Savages and Kings, Saturday night. And that was great. Really fun time. I think it was about 17 matches altogether, including the live tapings and the pay-per-view, and ended up having 4 matches myself, and they were good. A couple tag matches, tag team champions against Lander and Braden Lee. And those guys have been making a name for themselves on the live shows on Wednesdays, and really, a good tag team. And they took it to the tag team champions, but came up just a little bit short at the end. Great match, hard hitting the entire time. And the big main event was Fred Yehi against Eddie Kingston in a pick your partner match. Eddie Kingston picked Matt Fitchett, who's coming in hot off of that Josh Alexander match last month, so he's on top of his game. And Fred Yehi picked a returning Stallion Rogers, formerly known as Kurt Stallion. Oh man, to feel that atmosphere at AAW for a returning Kurt Stallion was wild. That was a great feeling, great energy in the room. Entrances were on high. And then only to be, outdone by Eddie Kingston, who made his big return. Feeling the emotion and the energy from professional wrestling, from what we've learned in the business, and looking up to veterans. We've definitely experienced, these guys doing their thing and rocking, audiences at Logan Square or in St. Louis. To be able to be inside the ring for a moment like that, it really hit hard, and fuels a whole lot more, motivation to get better and to continue to give as much as I can, to make moments like that and play my role the best I can. So great Saturday, great AAW all around. Watch the Alive on Twitch Wednesday nights, and the pay-per-view on Fight TV, and then High Spots, you can find it too. And then Sunday, we kick things off with the final show of the weekend at ICW in West Allis, Wisconsin. We were back for the Dysfunction show, and it was great. It just had an absolute blast. There's nothing like those shows. I had to take a picture to commemorate the moment, and it was as Ref Joe and I were helping Ref Jerry take out some weapons from his car, and oh man, we got to get a picture. Just to have a home homeland like that, whether it's, BCW or ICW. We've been doing those shows since we started. First place is to give us the opportunity to perform, to learn, to grow. It was just great to have a final show of the weekend be ICW on a Sunday. It makes me feel at home every time, and we love it. It's always a good Sunday fun day. And the final match on that one was Mav and Ethan, the tag team champions, against Sierra and Joey Jet. And Sierra and Joey Jet kicked their heads off. And we've got ourselves some new tag team champions. And the other match that was pretty cool was Tyler Sullivan against Dysfunction. I was watching this one with a handful of people at that side wall right up those stairs. And best view if you're gonna watch the show. And Tyler got his arm messed up pretty bad. It was bloody. He hung in there though, taped it up with some duct tape and kept on fighting his ass off. He ended up getting the victory, beating Dysfunction, and becoming a new champion. An awesome moment all around from a good brother such as Tyler. So great shows, fun all around. Fun to be a referee and fun to be a fan the entire weekend.
Nice. All right. And sadly for us, it was not a 4-day runner. We Country Air made the trip down to Noble, Illinois for some 0-1 action. It was a great time. Shout out to Dave and Jordan and Bear for taking care of us while we were down there, and Anakin and Connolly and all the homies. Thanks for giving us a shot. Drove down there. Zach had the first match. Why don't you talk about it?
Yeah, so we drove down there. They had some pre-show opportunities. So I actually got to work. I got to wrestle a guy from Tennessee. His name was Bobby. He was fairly new. It was his third ever match. Came out. I thought me and him had a good match. For being his third match in, listened well, fun match. I thought everything went well. Crowd was where we needed them to be. It's always nice to finish a match, go to a crowd that doesn't know you, and by the end of the match, have the crowd cheer your name and ask you to please come back.
Yep. It was a good one. The homie Zach showed out. Myself, on the other hand, I answered the open challenge of one Jimmy Carrot. Guess he has been beefing with the homie Jake Lander. I guess Jake's been getting opportunities down in AEW and thinks he's better than Jimmy and taking it out on him. We went at it. He's a little dirty, but I still got love for the man. I understand you going through some things, but I hope we do this again. But it was a good show. It was a great time. Full card, 4 pre-show matches, 7 or 8 on the main show. It was just good all around. And we hope to be back. I know there's a lot of tag teams there we would like to have a go at, and they've got some shiny titles there on there that we'd like to have around our waist.
Yeah, they mentioned to us. They as we were leaving, they asked "Hey, wait, you guys are a tag team, correct?" And we said, "Yeah." And they said, "Here's our contact info, get it." And they told us, hit them up and talk some business. So overall, we went in, we showed out, show them what your mama's favorite tag team, out of town shooters do.
Yep. It was a good time. All right. So I forgot to send y'all this question. But this was something that I thought of. What is the most contrived thing in wrestling that it's a contrivance, but you absolutely love it? every time it happens. I'll give an example. Or I guess a bad example would be, or something that you don't like, would be the obvious like manager distractions, or the obvious roll-ups that are dirty roll-ups. I guess a good example I would say for mine is the I guess the rock bottom, or not the rock bottom, the people's elbow is the best example. I was gonna say just the whole, there's no way he is down that long from a spine buster, but we are going to wait and enjoy this entire moment for this elbow drop.
Yeah.
So that is my favorite treatment. Just something that's ridiculous. You know, it doesn't make sense, but you pop every time.
Oh, like the classic, Cena hits that comeback, and the guy always staggers up like so perfectly.
Yep.
Like,
Yeah. That's another one.
Like, no, grab a bottom rope and hold on for dear life.
Yep.
Like,
Yeah.
no, don't be like hypnotized.
Or I mean, one that I hate is the Hulk up. Stop punching him.
Yeah, just stop. Kick
Stop
him,
punching.
kick him.
No, nobody has just stopped. Just stop punching him.
What about the worm back in the day, Scotty Too Hottie?
Yeah, Scotty Too Hottie's worm is another one.
Like, yeah, it was like he would hop on his feet for the WORM. Then he has to actually do the worm. And then when he gets up, he swings his arms. 1, 2, 3.
And that's the thing, like if you're not like, you hear these people yelling, you should be getting up.
Or like the whole, I mean, I get the pop, I get it's for the pop reason, but the whole you have to wait for the music to hit before you run out to save someone.
Yes, that's another one. Yeah, that the music has to hit. Like, yes.
And then like as they're doing it, the commentators like, is it him? Is it him? It's like, well, it's his music.
Yep. So yeah. So what? Yeah, I guess you guys have a lot that you enjoy.
Yes, sir.
That was just the one. Yeah, a couple that just came to mind.
Yeah. It's a weird one, but I thought that would be a fun one once we got it going. Another one is like, I mean, he's not here, but Kane's fire. Like, nobody thinks to just like stop his hands from moving.
Yeah.
Like, he's doing it really slow. You've got time.
I always like the woo before figure four. You're struggling back and forth. And I saw someone do it just the other day. I can't think where it was, but they were struggling back and forth. It may have even been in that Cody match, struggling back and forth. And he finally hooks it and gives a woo before finally hooking it. Like, man, it was such a struggle to get there.
Yeah, that's not a woo moment. That is definitely not a woo moment.
It was great.
All right, awesome. All right, let's keep it going. And let's go ahead and talk about what we got coming up this weekend. This one is a bit busier for, I guess, me and Zach. Why don't you tell them what we got?
All right. Yes, this Friday, Doc and I will be traveling down to La Crosse, where we find ourselves in a tag match against Jiggy Jack Spade and Dad God or whatever, or
Dad Bod God.
Yeah, Nathan Sensation.
Yeah, yep. Number one contender match for those RCCW tag titles. Should be a good show. I was looking at the card, lots of title matches. So if you have a chance to make it out to La Crosse, come see your mama's favorite tag team do what we do best.
Yes, sir.
And then on Saturday, it is back home for Brew City Wrestling Starcade. Every match will be in a cage. It'll be good to see Merle and all the homies, BD Smooth and them. It'll be even better to kick the shit out of Whiskey Bent Hellbound and Mr. Kate.
As we go to War Games, Whiskey Bent Hellbound, the team of Max, James, Mysticate, and Brandon Blaze taking on your mama's favorites. Yes, your mama's favorite tag team, Country Air, and the partner of the man that ruined Perch's $50 bet, Nick Colucci. And we have a mystery partner.
Oh, yes.
Show up Saturday and find out.
I'm just saying, if you're to bet on Nick Colucci this time, Perch, I would take that bet.
I'm sure.
You got Dre and Colucci together, your two favorites. You said Dre was in the Rumble, you would bet on him. So Dre's there.
Yeah. This is about as 100% as it gets, Perch.
I mean, sorry, Perch, you got 95% chance I'm there.
I don't believe it's a Rumble, therefore there's no compensation.
Well, one thing for sure, you're not going to hear Doc or I say, I quit, I give up, I am done. Those words will not leave our mouths.
Yep, it'll be a good one. Nice bunch of big meaty men slapping meat and trying to murder each other. All right, Perch, what about you? What do you have?
This weekend we got Brew City Wrestling on Saturday. Gonna be a really good time. Yeah, like you guys said, there's gonna be 6 matches, all in a steel cage. Gonna be fun. Big return to Waukesha Elks. Missed the last one, so gonna be a pleasure to be there this weekend. Maybe reffing, maybe announcing. Not sure, but I'll be there and ready for anything. And then Sunday we got MAW, and that's going to be a really good time. Looking at the poster, there's some cool people who are going to be there, and I believe the poster's got Nick Aldis to be there as well. So things are always card subject to change. So never believe a poster for what it says. However, there could be some cool moments this weekend, and I'm really looking forward to it. This will be my first time ever working with MAW, so really looking forward to meeting everybody there, and I'm sure I'll have plenty of stories coming out of it.
Yeah, those were good guys when we went out there like a month ago. We just haven't been able to schedule-wise hook up to come back, but yeah, I'm sure you'll have a good time.
Yes, sir. Also, not to say anything, but I remember a goal. I'm not going to jinx it. I'm just stop right here. But I remember a goal Perch talked to me about a long time ago, and hopefully maybe it'll be achieved.
Yep. So good luck to everybody this weekend in our endeavors. Zach, do you happen to have a question?
I actually do not.
It's all right, because you know what? I think it's time to take it home.
Take it home.
All right. This has been the Take It Home podcast. Y'all be easy. 1.
Yeah.